Continuing Jesus on enlightenment. Jesus on enlightenment. As you sow, so shall you reap. Let's apply this teaching. The world is a mirror of the self. These words have already come up in the context of karma. Jesus is teaching his listeners that their actions have moral consequences. Good actions lead to good results. Bad actions to bad results. This is the most common understanding of karma. But in a broader sense, Jesus is making a point about life on the spiritual path. And this point about life is that the world is a mirror of the self. The reason that good actions lead to good results isn't that God listens in making judgments and then rewards you with good results. Instead, action and result occur simultaneously. There is constant, instantaneous calculus taking place with your every thought, word, and action. Most people don't notice good or bad results unless the results are dramatic. But the world functions as a mirror down to the minutest detail. The mechanics of consciousness are set up so that inner and outer dimensions match perfectly. Why does it take Jesus or another enlightened master to point this out? Because the mind is so complex and human nature so multi-layered that we are easily conditioned to overlook the links between our inner world and our outer world. Separation is based on our own willingness to ignore certain images, some of them upsetting and disturbing, that the world reflects back at us. On the spiritual path, you become more willing to see what is right before your eyes. So on the spiritual path, you are more willing to see what is right before your eyes, right before your eyes. If not the eyes of the body, then the eyes of the soul. So here's an exercise to teach you how to look into the mirror. You're going to see yourself in two people, someone you greatly admire and someone you intensely dislike. Begin with the person you admire. Make a list of his or her most admirable traits. Try to be as personal as possible. There are many strong, courageous role models, for example. So why did you choose Nehru in particular, or Mother Teresa, or Martin Luther King Jr.? The answer is that your own aspirations match your hero's achievement or your heroine's achievement. Some quality in you seeks to emerge. It may be the seed of compassion that is drawn upward by Mother Teresa, or the seed of altruism drawn upward by Albert Schweitzer. If you pick Jesus, a figure so immense that he belongs to the whole world, look at your own desire to expand in all dimensions. Perhaps the seed of freedom wants to grow. Now, reverse the exercise and pick someone you intensely dislike. Write down the person's worst qualities. This part usually isn't very hard. And then consider how you also embody those qualities without being able to see them in yourself. We project onto others what we cannot face in ourselves. Try to avoid picking someone universally hated like Adolf Hitler, because the enormity of his actions may drive you further down from seeing yourself. You might resist. It's better to choose someone closer to your own life. This exercise becomes truly valuable when you carry out both parts. The world is not just a mirror, but a teaching mirror. It exposes you to your present situation in its entirety. When Jesus spoke of abiding in God, he pointed to the highest purpose of the world as mirror, to show you that God infuses all things so completely that nothing can be seen but God. Divinity in all directions, extending to eternity. You live and abide in that reality. And when you begin to see that the mirror exists, reflections that were once only about your daily exercise and daily existence expand to encompass the soul, which is the real you. Yet, even before you catch such soul glimpses, learning to look into the world as a mirror helps to heal separation, as you see that you are included in creation, not living in some private exile outside it. So finally, as we evolve, the end result is that the divine intelligence, the divine creative intelligence, the divine self-regulating, self-evolving, correlating, self-healing, this starts to flow through you with effortless spontaneity and becomes the most natural expression of your inner being. Let me know if we should continue.